Hi, welcome to Halyma's belly dance mini lesson. So last week I recorded a really short little quick introduction introducing Halyma's belly dance, and so I'm back this week and I just want to continue exploring some individual moves. Maybe I'll do two today. Last week what we looked at was working the hips and the knees to get the isolation of the movement through the hips so it doesn't trickle up, it all stays through the hip area. Again, I'm kind of still working this out, so my head's cut off, my hips are cut off, whatever, it all works out. So I'm going to show you the legs again. So we've got knees and we've got hips, and yes, we have jeans. It happens. This is pretty relaxed and pretty mellow. But the knees are working to isolate the movement through the hips, and that's going to give you your foundation for most of your belly dance movements with the hips. So when I shift my weight over onto one leg, I'm lifting the other heel up in the air and keeping it up the whole time. That makes it easier for whenever I change positions and want to do a hip lift. So as I'm lifting, letting the hip come up, my other knee is working, and you can see that in the background, that the other knee is working to help isolate the movement in just the hip area. So here we are without the movement going through the whole body. The point is, if you keep that back knee bent, but you do your lift and you don't let it compensate for the movement, the whole body moves. So it's about choice. And I just realized that my other screen is running, so give me 1 second while I fix this. Phew, there we go. All gone. Okay, it's just us now. Okay, so you have to do it on the other side as well. So let's work those hips again. Shift weight to the other leg. And actually it's this leg I've shifted to. And again, lifting, my heel is way up in the air. I know I can't really show you that, you'll have to trust me on that. But again, if I didn't bend the supporting knee, this would be the don't do this. Bend both, but work the knees. So again, working the knees to get that lift happening. Alrighty, so that's one move for today based on last week's move. So let's move to the rib cage. So I'm going to do some side to side with the rib cage. So my knees are bent, my abs are tucked, my lower abs are engaged, my lower back is nice and long. This stays nice and neutral the whole time. We're going to move the rib cage side to side and side to side. You should feel that movement all the way through the back, all the way through your rib cage. You can bring your hands up, and then what you want to do is minimize the movement of everything else, but just keep the rib cage moving. So you've got ribs moving, the arms are staying as still as possible, your head is matching with your arms, and your rib cage is going side to side. Now you're not actually very often going to necessarily move your rib cage side to side as a dance movement, but it does come into play when you want to do some upper body circling. So I'm going to turn sideways, and we're looking at moving the chest horizontally forwards and moving it back. This stays still, and you're just sliding the rib cage. Sliding it, sliding it, sliding it, sliding it. The other thing to think about is, what are your arms and shoulders doing? They're not doing this. They're staying still, they're staying relaxed. So when we put them together, and you slide forward, side, back, and side, sliding around, you're keeping the upper body isolated from the hips. The abs, the hips are staying nice and controlled. And again, you can bring your hands up, and you're aiming to keep your arms nice and still while you do that circling of the rib cage. So today we had hip lifts, working those knees to keep it isolated in the hips, both sides of course, and upper body circling, 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 with a few side to side, just for fun. Alrighty, so that's today's mini lesson. Feel free to, find me on YouTube, leave me some comments, and that'd be, here, me talking to you. Find me on YouTube, leave me some comments, and, have fun with this. Okay, and get out and find a belly dancing class in your neighborhood. Thanks, have a good day. Bye.